Today on Vox, we have information on the YMCA's annual Fall Festival, the Royal Family, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports. It's Tuesday, October 16th, 2018, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Jay Standridge.
The Cleveland Family YMCA will be holding their 29th annual Fall Festival this Friday, October 19th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. No admission fee is necessary to this event because it is free to everyone in attendance. There will be a myriad of activities such as hay rides, a dance party, and tons of entertainment for younger children. They will also offer face and hair painting provided by Franklin Academy. As well as these events, there will be a costume contest for ages 12 years and below. The event is sponsored by going to be sponsored by Food City, Cleveland State Community College, and Franklin Academy. If you plan to attend, the Cleveland Family YMCA is located at 220 Urbane Road in Cleveland.
Saturday was more than just a home run. It was about a small Georgia community coming together in search for two kidneys. Rachel Chambers was the first to receive one. Her donor, Zach Peters, says he has known Rachel growing up. She says this has made the community closer together and making it one big family. News Channel 9's Mariah Rock reports.
Today's co-ed softball tournament was more than just about a grand slam or running bases. It was about a small Georgia community coming together to help support two people in search for a kidney, one of those, Rachel Chambers. Her donor, Zach Peters, says he's known Rachel throughout the years growing up.
I met her daughter in 6th grade, and me and her daughter's always been close friends, and then come find out my mom and her have both went to the same school together.
Zach says he knows what it feels like to lose someone that's close to him and wouldn't wish that on anyone.
I lost my papa about 2-3 years ago, and it hurt me a lot.
Rachel had shared our news story about her a couple months ago on social media, announcing she was in search of a kidney. Zach says he decided that day he wanted to help.
But then when it was saying that she needed a donor, it kind of hit me hard in my heart.
Rachel Chambers says her only kidney is functioning at 8% right now. When she had got the call she'd been waiting for, she was at a loss of words.
And I just sat down for dinner with my husband at home when they called me, and I was just a ton of tears.
Today's event will help fund both Tunnel Hill members Deputy David Hedrick and Rachel Chambers. She says this has made the community come closer.
Oh my gosh, I love my community. I absolutely. Tunnel Hill, Rocky Face, the Dalton area. I mean, everybody has come together. We're like a huge family.
Zach Peters says for him, it's not just about giving her a kidney, but it's about helping her continue to be a part of what she loves the most, her community.
That just means everything. At least she can be able to come out and do stuff like this, still help her community, and still have fun with her family. That's all it means.
Reporting in Tunnel Hill, Mariah Rock.
Massachusetts Senator and possible 2020 Democratic presidential hopeful Elizabeth Warren released the results of a DNA test. It comes in response to taunting by President Trump regarding Warren's claim that she has Native American heritage on her mother's side. Warren's test was administered by Carlos Bustamante, a Stanford genetics professor and advisor to Ancestry and 23andMe. In a video about her heritage, Warren spoke with Bustamante about the results.
Now, the president likes to call my mom a liar. What do the facts say?
The facts suggest that you absolutely have a Native American ancestor in your pedigree.
She said she's Native American, and I said, Pocahontas. Pocahontas, I apologize to you. I apologize. To you, I apologize. To the fake Pocahontas, I won't apologize.
I
hear some of you are Republicans.
I am a Republican, registered.
Yes.
What do you think of him calling her Pocahontas?
Well, I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think it's silly. I think it's...
My mother was born in eastern Oklahoma. It had been Indian territory until just a few years earlier when it had become a state. My daddy always said he fell head over heels in love with my mother the first time he saw her. But my daddy's parents, the Herrings, were bitterly opposed to their marrying because my mother's family, the Reeds, was part Native American. This sort of discrimination was common at the time. So when my mama was 19 and my daddy was 20, they eloped.
Former NFL tight end Kellen Winslow Jr. is accused of the sexual assault on an unconscious 17-year-old girl in 2003. A judge on Monday ruled that he must stand trial, and it's the second case against him now alleging sexual assault. Steve Price reports.
I remember sitting on a couch, and that was it.
She says she passed out drunk in a living room and then woke up in a bedroom to Kellen Winslow Jr. raping her.
I was pushing him back to tell him to stop.
Do you remember saying anything?
I said, stop, stop, just stop.
The judge ordered us not to show her face and only refer to her as Jane Doe. She says it happened June 20th, 2003. At the time, she was 17, Winslow was 19, and she says they weren't the only ones in the room.
And I looked to the left. Someone was standing there with the camera.
Jane Doe says she had no plans to ever report what happened, but then she saw a headline that Winslow had been arrested and charged with rape. The 35-year-old former NFL player is accused of sexually assaulting a hitchhiker and a homeless woman earlier this year.
It brought me back to that bed.
Jane Doe then called authorities, leading to today's preliminary hearing, where she admitted that she and Winslow had consensual sex 2 weeks prior to the alleged rape, and that played a factor in why she didn't report the incident when it allegedly happened.
Because I was 17, drinking underage, I just realized who he was as this person of everybody. He's going to be in the NFL. He's going to blah, blah, blah. And I just felt that why would anybody believe me if I had sex with him 2 weeks prior?
Winslow, in this case, is charged with rape and rape of an unconscious person.
Mr. Winslow never gave you any alcohol?
No.
Winslow's attorney says there are conflicting stories from the victim and her friend about that night. They plan to fight all the charges.
It's tarnished his reputation. He's concerned. It's very unfortunate that he has to deal with this situation. He's persevering through it.
It's a record Mega Millions jackpot. Tuesday night's drawing is the second largest in the game's history at $654 million. That also makes it the fourth largest in U.S. lottery jackpot history. The largest jackpot in Mega Millions history was $656 million, shared by winners from Kansas, Illinois, and Maryland in 2012. You could be next, so get your ticket today. The drawing is at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Everyone knows that crime isn't funny, even seemingly minor crimes like vandalism. But just try not to giggle about this one. Somebody put googly eyes on a monument to Revolutionary War officer Nathaniel Greene in Georgia. Greene was a major general in the Continental Army and lived in Savannah after the war was won. For a time Thursday, googly-eyed adorned a marker honoring him in Savannah's Johnson Square. The eyes have been removed and didn't seem to do any harm to the monument. Police are reviewing surveillance tape to see if they can find and identify a suspect.
2 border crossings in southern Syria were opened on Monday, one leading to Jordan and another to the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, according to CNN teams on the ground. The Quintera crossing connecting Syria with the Golan Heights opened at 11 a.m. local time. It has been closed for almost 4 years. This crossing is operated by the United Nations Disengagement Observer Force with coordination from both Syria and Israel. About 1,000 UN soldiers, mostly from Fiji, are providing security. The Nasib Jabir crossing connecting Syria to Jordan opened at 8 a.m. local time for the first time since 2015. The Russian-backed Syrian army regained control of its southern territory earlier this year.
The British royal family is growing. Kensington Palace confirmed Monday morning Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, is pregnant with her first child. Markle and Prince Harry got married in May in the Windsor Castle. The baby is expected next spring. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II will be the child's great-grandmother. The Queen and other members of the royal family congratulated Meghan and Harry Friday at the Prince Eugenie's wedding. The baby will be 7th in line on the throne. Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
Hurricane Michael has affected the citizens of Florida. How? I'll tell you after this break.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented us.
Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
That's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide. Jack, take my hand.
Oh, that's gross. No, I'm good. Probably not enough room for both of us on that anyway.
Jack, there's plenty of room for both of us on this door. Just take my hand.
Yeah, no. You know what? You can just have like a good life or whatever.
Jack.
I'm just gonna...
Jack.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth,
Mr. Essler.
tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Many people remain unaccounted for in Florida following Hurricane Michael. Today, the dangerous task is sifting through piles and debris of rubble as crews search for loved ones. Here's Omar Jimenez with more.
Let the sheriff know if you need something.
Florida's governor and the Federal Emergency Management Agency's administrator tour the communities most impacted by Hurricane Michael.
We have 11,000 people registered for FEMA right now. We just had a conversation about how fast the FEMA resources will come out. We've got local law enforcement from all around the state. They're coming to their impacted counties to make sure people are safe.
President Trump is expected to visit Florida Monday as the death toll continues to rise. Officials say it could be days to weeks before everyone is accounted for. The lack of power and spotty cell phone service add to the challenges of emergency response crews.
A lot of our homes, a lot of our families have been displaced. Homes have been destroyed. Damage has been everywhere. So we're having to deal with that as we're dealing with this incident as well.
And as people return to the rubble of their Florida Panhandle communities, residents are lining up at community centers for bottled water and ready-to-eat meals. The governor assuring people there is help for those in need.
We've distributed, I think, about 2 million meals, I think it's 1 million gallons of water. We're making sure there's fuel around the state. So I know everybody wants to get back to their house. You got to be safe.
In Mexico Beach, Florida, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Now on to surveying more damage from Hurricane Michael. Several towns along Florida's coast are unrecognizable now. After Hurricane Michael's wrath, Mexico Beach is one of them. It took a direct hit. CNN's Miguel Marguez visits the area and found a town virtually wiped out.
An entire town almost gone. Those who rode it out
You were up to your neck in water.
Yeah, with a 96-year-old lady next door, and my mother, and 2 dogs.
And you made it.
We're here, baby.
Would you do it again?
Nope.
They barely survived. Search and rescue now searching for survivors and possibly the dead. Emergency officials expect the death toll to climb.
And I do expect that we're going to find that kind of bad news. And, you know, there's a process that we go through for that. And then we, you know, our priority obviously is the living. And we're looking for people that are trapped.
Several people we spoke to say they haven't yet heard from neighbors and friends who rode it out.
What's happened to Mexico Beach?
It's a disaster. It's, I was really shocked to see what it looked like.
This CNN exclusive video of the moment the hurricane hit shows winds as high as 155 miles an hour, shredding this once tranquil beach town. Then an enormous storm surge. A dozen or more feet of water bulldozed large sections of Mexico Beach from the coast to the interior. 30 miles out from Mexico Beach, some roads no longer exist, entirely covered by downed trees for miles.
Brandy, it's Dad.
With power out, those who survived have no way to tell the world they're still here. When they do, the news about as bad as it gets.
Do not come down here. Do not. You can't get in. It's devastating. We had a hole in our house, but that's all that's wrong with it. Grandmother's house is completely gone. It looks like a bomb landed.
The devastation here, jaw-dropping. The main drag, Highway 98, collapsed in many places, water eroding the sand beneath. Entire homes, their living rooms still intact, slammed into condos across the street. And the most popular bar here, Toucans, reduced to a pile of rubble.
Now let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. All right, it's been getting a little chilly outside, so today we have a little bit of a chance of rain with a high of 63 and a low of 52. And tomorrow it'll also be a little rainy with a high of 65 and a low of 43. Thursday it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 45. On Friday and Saturday we have a chance of rain with highs of 65 and 63 and lows of 55 and 43. And on Sunday and Monday it'll be partly cloudy outside with highs of the lower 60s of 60 and 63 and lows of 39 and 40. That's all from me. Now let's send it over to Aaron with your scores from last night.
Bradley Crest Heritage, scores from the Packer game, and more after this break.
Okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
Geico helps with homeowners insurance?
Been doing it for years.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Good idea.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
Hey, neighbor. Want to relieve some stress with some funny videos, just click the subscribe button.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful. But a lot better than last week.
Welcome back. Let's get right into it. But first, let's get the insight on the battle game last Friday from Brett Whitehead. Brett?
Good evening to you guys. I'm reporting live from Heritage High School in Maryville, Tennessee. Bradley came with a big win, 54-7. If there's any updates, watch Vox News on Mondays. And hey, thanks for getting videoing this for me and myself reporting live from Heritage High School. Go Bears!
Thanks, Brett. Bradley crushed Heritage Mountaineers 51-7. Great news, Oklahoma City Thunder and the Golden State Warriors start off the NBA season tonight at 10:30 on TNT. Last night, the Packers won the finals, and Mason Cosby kicked the game-winning field goal. Here are the highlights.
Tonight, the Packers get set to host the 49ers. Possessions this year and only 6 touchdowns. Breida spins his way in for the score. Diamond set to the top. Empty won't as he gets it quickly to Montgomery, who gets to the corner and takes care of business. Rodgers to the end zone, wide open, Adams. Beathard going to take a shot downfield. And he connects. Goodwin. Niners strike goal. And cut that ball, the backside off. Beathard, play action. In rhythm, you said it, and there he is. Goodwin, touchdown. Can they tie the game? Looking to the corner, incomplete. Right into the back of the defensive back. Showing A-gap pressure, and they come with it. Here come the Niners, and there goes Rodgers to the end zone, and Adams gets it for the touchdown. They're down in 3. They're coming after him. Beathard releases downfield, and it is intercepted. Kevin King. 7. Rodgers to the other side, and he does it. Stands by, waiting for his chance. Under 10 to play. Rodgers wants more, and he gets it. Devontae Adams. So many pressure kicks, and now this.
Great news, the Bradley bowling team won against McMinn County. Bradley scored 19 and McMinn scored 8. Congratulations to Coach Chelsea Helton. That's all for me. Now let's take a look at your score announcements after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
And I wish it's and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. And I will always love you. because it is.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Holiday Inn Express, be the readiest.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. As you know, here on Vox, we've started a series where we cover the various career and technical education programs our school has to offer. Today, we'll be covering mechatronics. Tomorrow, we will spotlight precision machining. Now let's take a look at our school announcements.
For anyone who is interested in playing tennis, workouts will begin today, October 16th at 4 p.m. If you are involved in another sport at that time, you are not required to attend, but please let Coach Elrod or Coach Jackson know that you are interested in playing.
The ACT retake is on October 30th. Be prepared by going to www.actacademy.org.
There is a faculty meeting with Sarah Crispin in the Fine Arts Center on Thursday, the 18th at 7:30.
Think Fast for sophomores will be on Thursday during advisory.
There is a freshman parent meeting in the cafeteria at 6 o'clock on Thursday.
We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us on Facebook, WTMB, and of course, VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.